Hello, everybody. I'll give it a few minutes to let people log on, and I'm sorry, covered in paint and everything else. Destroyed the Led Zeppelin shirt. It's now a paint shirt and a pretty comfy pair of pants, but it helps me get around. I got all my furniture in the center, so we're gonna talk about what we watched there. Now that I got the phone down, see people are starting to log on, and I know I've been doing a lot of lives I didn't expect to, but you really have to watch all these corrupt politicians. It's really hard to keep up with them. They're just unbelievable, and I sure had a lot of trouble with Facebook Live today that I never usually do, everybody. If you ever watch when I record the big screen, I never have those issues. And I notice sometimes you do get the flicker with Facebook, not a good day. Maybe they're trying to upload something in the system right now and it's kind of corrupted video. I see this one's going good, so hopefully I don't start having like what I call the green flash on me, and I've seen that happen where I've had to restart videos, but it usually shows you that before you actually go live, so then I'll just reload and start again. But we're going to have that talk, everybody, as I see lots of people coming on. What we all just watched through the CPAC, which, you know what, and currently what time it is right now, it's 9 minutes to 3 o'clock. I just ended that literally 4 minutes ago, going into this live. So you subtract the hour 49 plus the 39 minutes. Guess what? That's afternoon. That's like 12:30, and you all were with me to almost 1 o'clock. So it's ultimately, obviously, a rebroadcast live of what actually wasn't live. It was pre-recorded on only one camera, all videos shared to every media outlet, and then they put it out much later in time, where we caught Global actually cleaning up the flag at noon, so there was no live. It was pre-recorded probably in the morning, sometime even before 11 a.m., ironed out, pre-scripted, pre-planned questions that you clearly can't really hear on the phone. And of course, not one question goes into anything to do with the money, the billions of dollars stolen for all of you. Nobody wants to talk about the 1,700 hotels a day for permanent residents, meaning non-Canadian citizens. They're permanent residents. Could live in Hong Kong, could live in Southeast Asia, other places and all through to Africa, Middle East, everything else. This is the reality of what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a lying government, cheating, stealing, and the media, the best they could ask is only limited to their ministers and UCP insiders taking paid vacations on the clock. And that's really what this working from home is. Ultimately, anyone who actually works for a living, when you work from home, you're not putting in no hours a day in the office setting where you're under the gun by your employers. You're at your leisure. Most companies have already applied in that situation where they can get away with working from home. They've already applied for wage subsidy and top-ups, taken massive funding. While the rest of us in any primary generating industry are shut down, screwed over, and we're watching major businesses go belly up, who absolutely are the tax generators of this country and of this province. Shut them all down. You heard clearly Jason Kenney and Justin Trudeau say, oh no, we've kept our planes going through the pandemic. We've kept it. They wouldn't tell you immigration. They gave you the numbers, 10,000 a year. I have a lot of friends who've traveled over this last year, who went on trips here and there when things were opened up. I know lots of people who did. They came back isolated in their homes. The 1,700 hotels a day, 14 days each, 24/7 for the last 9 months, and going to be what's going to be the next year, are not for any of those people. Not for people with residency here who are actual citizens who actually traveled. 1,700 bi-monthly is, are you ready for this? $3,400 a month multiplied by 10 months is 34,000 plus the extra 6,800 puts you over 42,000. The immigration portion federally of immigrants coming to Alberta out of the over 300,000 is 34,000 to Alberta. Do you know where you get the other almost 10,000 from? Jason Kenney's rural immigration. None of them are going into any federal facility when they're set for Alberta. You're housing them in 1,700 hotels off the plane, right into a hotel in quarantine for 2 weeks, probably longer, some of them, until they get housed and situated by, again, the federal and provincial programs in place. Albertans are insuring these rural citizens for businesses at $1.5 million per loan through the federal government. You're paying Albertans. It's cost you $15 billion. Well, sorry, it will cost you a total of $15.3 billion from March 31st, 2020, right through to right now and over the next 12 months. $15.3 billion against all Albertans. 1/3 of your deficit spending likely is going to be attributed to that alone. New businesses, if you took that number and you divided it out, it's $153,000 for 21 months for every small business owner in Alberta. Registered real domestic Albertan business owner. $153,000 each, that's what it works out to. A monumental amount of money. I'm not saying give that to every business, but if you're going to allow everybody to fly, and that's deemed 100% safe, even though they go into quarantine after, but you can't go into any business. They say transmission is almost nil on an airplane. Oh, but an indoor business, an indoor church, and all the rest of it, with masks, with the same provisions, isn't safe and has been deemed to be shut down because it will spread COVID. But over 34,000 traveling immigrants to Alberta over the last 9 months, and what's going to be closer to 42,000 here from this day forward to December 31st, is fine and dandy. It's almost entirely 100% safe. That can carry on, and we're going to pay right here in Alberta House every single one of them. But we won't allow our domestic Albertans to have any businesses open until 70% of the population has been inoculated. No churches, no services, nothing that represents the Western values or the Canadian values at large. None of that is to be allowed to be utilized, and we're to watch the great bankruptcies unfold as we borrow tremendous amounts that 5 generations could never pay back, and they won't. Like I said, you will die no matter what age you are, knowing that your great-great-great-great-grandchildren will never see the light of day on this. They will be paying for all of it in monthly interest-only service payments, devalued a tremendous amount, and over the next 3 years, unbelievable, and it doesn't stop there. By 2030, if we're still any kind of viability or recognizable as the former country of Canada, 2030 will absolutely break the back. You might as well get used to Soviet Union living from the 60s through to those 70s. Pierre Elliott Trudeau, wet dream, an absolute mental utopia of the Liberal Party, supported by all Conservatives, all NDP, and the Liberal Party today. This is a global socialist reset. You're going to live in it right here in Alberta, worse than any other first world country known right now today. We're going to have it absolutely the worst. Did you all know that Canada leads the entire world on refugee placement now? Did you know that as of January 1st here, along with this rollout, that they're absolutely lying, withholding from you. You can find the publications right here on my timeline from the federal government. As of today, people are able to sponsor all kinds of refugees and family members, regardless of the immigration system, up to what's looking like almost 400,000 a year. 380, 360, somewhere there right now. But we don't really even know until we get through a quarter of this to really know what the percentages are going to be and what the new numbers are going to be. And Jason Kenney, who was a former immigration minister, who is actually the guy, everybody, who designed this new Canada. He absolutely did. Justin Trudeau said, I love it, Jason Kenney. The Liberal Party of Canada loves it, supports it. We're going to expand it. Thanks, Jason. Just like equalization. The whole Harper era was absolutely the destruction, the complete liberalization of Canada to the point of ending borders, this new, post-national state. They're all in bed with it. They're all in league. NDP, CPC, Liberal, Green Party. Only, believe it or not, the Bloc federally and CAC in Quebec provincially are the only ones that are absolutely blocking immigration right now, absolutely holding up the great sword and shield. Ruled racist, it's supposed to be unconstitutional, but they say we got the Bill of Rights, and over our dead bodies there will be no immigration here unless you're French, and you better speak French, and you will follow our values, you will follow. Here's the cross of Jesus. Can you hold that? Because you ain't coming unless you got that in your hand and you're speaking French. And guess what Justin Trudeau, Aaron O'Toole, and Jagmeet Singh say? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, Alberta separatists. Oh, Maxime Bernier, you're all racist. You're evil, you're bad, and we're going to lynch you up. We're going to change the laws and enforce them on you. But Quebec, no, we don't want to tackle that. Yep, nope. Quebec wants the Jesus and the cross, and they want all of that. They want everyone speaking French. It's going to be, and we're not going to touch it. It's okay for Quebec. Could you vote for our party in the next election? If you don't see separation as the absolutely only viable path forward, you haven't been paying attention. Alberta, we gotta go. We gotta go. Lead the West. We can't take them all with us. It has to be done individually, provincially. Watch Maverick Party. I still, to this day, I posted that question, even tagged him, the leader of Maverick Party, and he has still not answered it. And that again goes back to the Privy Council, another Jason Kenney, and he literally won't answer it. He refuses to. And why is that? Because he has no real intentions of breaking from that loyalty regime. Upper and Lower Canada, an absolute plant. Sorry, everybody. It's the only explanation. Simple question, simple answer. Just like media today, a simple set of questions. Not one presented. Garbage media. I know a lot of the not mainstream media likes to make fun of the fact that they'll ask about Justin Trudeau's hair, what color his socks. Well, you know what? Conservative media just did it today for Jason Kenney. Why would you not ask about the hotels he disclosed yesterday? Why do you not ask what the immigration numbers, how many are being housed, how many business loans, and we just heard again today, follow-up, slip, so all the media cuts the video. You only get 1 minute just to highlight, just like all the MLAs signing bills. You get a little cue card, and these are the highlights of the bill. Ignore the 95% of it that absolutely strips all Albertans of their civil rights, human right, and charter right and freedoms right here in Canada. Not for you filthy Albertans. If you all don't see, there is only one way out of this, and that's to separate 2023. We didn't make this system. You can rebel, you can do all those things, and all you're going to get is the system going against you. because we mandated Jason Kenney in a majority government, allowed to drop his hammer as hard as he can. There's not a damn thing any of us can do about it. He can mandate all the police. He has official authority over peace officers and sheriffs. And you know what else he can do? Issue massive overtime, calling out for Alberta Police Services, which are the Calgary City Police, Edmonton City Police, and all the other municipalities attached to that. He can call out such a massive overtime that those officers would probably apply to it, work inside with the sheriffs. They've done it before. Same with the RCMP, making all kinds of money working for that and enforce anything on you. Jason Kenney can't be stopped. He's a majority government you elected with absolute autocracy, with an, as you can see, an absolute garbage cabinet, garbage set of MLAs who go travel abroad in Hawaii or whatever, blowing all kinds of money, pigs at the trough, claiming they're working from Hawaii, working from Barbados, working on the beach with their tan, doing all kinds of work for you Albertans. Yeah, right. Paid full salary. These pigs are making $200,000, $300,000 a year in various things, billing it back to you with all their family and friends. This is the problem with our political system. It is a crown situation of colonialism, a first-class citizen entitlement embedded in our Constitution. From Premier and Prime Minister down, it is only how much you can steal from the third-class filthy citizenry. And right now, that lowest of the low is Alberta citizens and First Nations across Canada. There is now what is being done in this COVID, great globalist socialist reset, great wealth taken from Albertans. Welcome to the Indian Act, applied to all of you, as First Nations have had it applied to them for well over 150 years officially, but long before that, in absolute oppression, human rights violations that have continued today in various forms. And every elected politician gets into power, and they hold that power, they get a taste of it, and they just drop that hammer. And they believe in their warped minds. Every single one of them gets warped. I am a wealthy, entitled, first-class citizen as defined by the Crown. And you are all below me. You will lick my boots. I am better than you. You owe me everything, and I will take from you everything I can, because that's what my privileged position allows. And they will call you the third class, the hard-working Albertan, and even those who are wealthy, who generated from the third class, you're still a piece of shit too. In their mind, you will fall in or you will be replaced, and many of you are seeing it now. You don't understand it, you don't get it, but I promise you the tour I'm going to embark on, over the next 6 months to a year, is absolutely going to educate each and every one of you in a small forum where you're going to be comfortable to talk, open up, and ask questions, where you're not pressured on social media. I will use this tool to get a message out to a larger audience, but I absolutely will be on a weekly basis targeting each and every little small community, giving a great advertisement, and try to get 6 to 8 people in a room who want to learn more, want to see what it's all about in their community and feel comfortable meeting some like-minded people and exploring things they may not feel comfortable doing on a social media or having themselves published out and are afraid. We understand that, and that's what we're going to give to you. It's going to be absolutely 100% free, zero money, zero for you, nothing, because you've already lost absolutely enough. And it's time to end the global socialist reset, the rape that Canadian politicians are using in the name of a crown that's supposed to be illegal since 1948. But they all grab that crown. They all say, I'm a first-class citizen, as defined by the Titanic. You're all down in the boiler, third class. When the ship goes down, you're all dead. Did you know there's only enough lifeboat positions for the first class citizen and some of the second class that we need? As for the rest of you, you're sinking with the ship. And that's exactly what Canada is doing to you. The broken system of a colonial confederated constitution, 1867, that absolutely must go through dismemberment. To get that done requires politicians who won't be corrupted by the crown power. And guess what happens? Look at all this free money, and now I'm officially a first-class citizen. Screw all of you, you're third class. I'll never give you your power back. Eat shit. That's what they all do. Doesn't matter. NDP, Green, Liberal, on and on and on. Conservative, there's no such thing, everybody. They have their elite cronies who write up all the policies to stuff their pockets, while the politicians live as first-class citizens, stripping, raping, and fleecing you every chance they get because they're mandated to. It's their constitutional right. It's their power. And when they get in that position, no matter what, they will never give it up. 90% of them. And anyone who tries to buck the party whip, they're gone. They're an independent, kicked out of the party. And unfortunately, with the massive media control, if you're not with that mainstream rape, pillage, and plunder, you're never going to get elected again. Look at Maxime Bernier. Look at the separatist parties. We have to fight this boots on the ground. And that's what's going to happen over the next year. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will continue. I'm still releasing data. I have an absolute chart. When I share that, I will aggressively share. I know a lot of people are sharing. Some of my stuff, it's hit and miss. But when I release this one graph of 3 plots that have never been plotted together before, this one's got to go out to everybody. I'm going to ask you all to do it. And let them try to myth bust that. Let them try to fact check that. Because I promise it's going to WTO. It's going to Bloomberg and many constitutional experts worldwide. A whole lot of people. And for those who are on my email list that I usually don't use except for that letter, and I will be sending another big email, and you'll all get to see that. This one will probably be about 600 of you, and not everybody was on the letter, but it's going to be emailed to everybody who was on the letter, and even the ones who messaged me that I didn't get, I'm going to get all of you in the email anyway, and you're all going to enjoy that. I'm probably a 500-600 person email, so that's something that I want out. I'm going to be texting a lot of people too. I have a whole phone data, and as well I'm going to be sharing out on social media. I need that absolutely shared. And I want that to be attacked. I want it to be fact-checked. I want the best of the best trying to call bullshit on me on that one. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Share it out. Sorry it was winded, but we had to have that talk. Bye now.